Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of Tambayan. I'm your host Josh, your lead recruiter and culture officer for the FiliFest committee. Today, you already know him. He's Ranch. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hiya, I'm Ranch. You might recognize me from Tambayan episode 0, episode 1, and episode 2. Other than that, I am the Chief Finance Officer for FiliFest this year. And that's it. That's all I have to say.
Do you want to introduce yourself, Brandon?
Hi, I'm Brandon. I am the business advisor for FiliFest. I am 6'1" in selected footwear. I am Mr. Tarlac 2018, Chow King enthusiast, Lecher Flan connoisseur, and Magic Mike superstar. Thank you for having me, guys.
You forgot Ranch's best friend of 12 years, but
Oh,
we'll,
and
we'll,
that, yeah.
we'll leave that out.
I'm
Okay.
so
Okay.
dead. What's your go-to song on Magic Mike?
Wonderful Tonight, Eric Clapton. Come on, Ranch. You saw that 96 I got, was it?
Fine,
94?
fine. I'll give that to you. I'll give it to you.
Exactly. See, no one can top me on Magic Mike, bro. Like,
So let's just crack on with the subject. Last episode we talked about surviving freshers. This episode we're all about surviving uni as a whole and how we took care of ourselves. I know all three of us had different experiences. Brandon, do you want to just run us through how you found first year?
So first year for me in particular was actually very dead, right? Because I didn't move out for uni, so and the last trains were at 11 p.m. So I can't just go out and enjoy myself. If I was to go to a motive, you know, if I can't, I have a curfew. So if I miss that 11 p.m. train, district line is £60 back home for an Uber. I'm not doing that. Look, unlike Ranch, had a time of his life over there in Bath,
Oh
but
no.
Oh, yeah. I was living my best life at uni, especially first year. Because for me,
Uh,
first year didn't count. Like, I just needed to pass, need to get my 60% so I can get a good study year abroad placement. And then, yeah, that was it. So, yeah, because I think because I moved out, I definitely had a lot more freedom compared to if I had stayed at home and lived with my parents. So, 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Must be nice. Nah.
Yeah.
not
Josh, I know
nice.
you did a different course because I know you did NHS, something NHSE.
Yeah.
Then
NHS
obviously
course.
that's like lectures and probably some hospital time. So, was it different for you?
It was different, like in a lot of ways. There's so much pressure from parents
No, I don't feel any pressure right now.
because you know how Filipino parents are. Like they didn't like force me, but they tried to influence me to get an NHS course. It worked out. It was free, no debt, gang. Uh, so,
The flex.
and I got a good job at the end, so it was okay. That it was the same though. Like my first year didn't count, so I didn't try as hard as I wanted to because I know I just needed to pass. I don't know for you, Brandon. Did your one cut?
No, it had my first year had like a small percentage weight as well, and my course was it included a placement, so I had to get that first. Like I had to work hard and in order to get the interest from employers and stuff. So
But did you end up going to placement though?
of course, yeah, I ended up working for the NHS. At least I had four other like placement students with me, so it wasn't like I was alone with the grown ups. So
Do you guys found like uni really hard overall, or did you have like ways to cope? Because I know like my way of coping was just playing games, probably like overspending on shopping, just to keep my sanity, intact. I don't know if you
Hmm.
guys have different like experiences because I know all of us did placement, like with our respective degrees.
Uni was hard. I think no, I think you'll very rarely find someone who found uni easy. But I think people still do it because it is rewarding and there are a lot of benefits to it, like apart from the degree part.
Mm.
So yeah, I think we all just need to find ways to cope with it. So I think for me it was the social aspect. I think joining a society and meeting people that way, or just sort of just like hanging out with my flatmates or going back home to sort of reset like my mindset, which is very, very, very helpful actually and underrated. So yeah, just bottom line, uni hard, find way to cope. That's it.
Fair enough.
see, whereas you could hang out with your friends, yeah. But on the other end here, like, so it was a routine. Like it was hard mentally because it was such a draining thing. Like, so I would have to wake up at what 5 a.m. if I had a 9 a.m. lecture because I would need to leave the house at 6 or 7.
Ooh.
It's a 2 hour commute, right?
Mm.
So if I miss that train,
It's
it's
peak.
already rush hour. Yeah, it's like 7 a.m. There's school kids. There's Greg from Westminster trying to work down go to his bank. So it's like, yeah, if I miss that train, it's done. So yeah, I would arrive. Like, I would have to wake up at 5, and then it would be like a 9 to last lecture at 6 or something, 5 or 6, 4 or something. Then I would stay at the library until 9. Then I would get home at 11. So that's like a 5 to 11 day. Every day I've got lectures, and it's like it was so draining. So it's like I never had time for myself. Like I'll play 1 or 2 FIFA games. Like when I get home at 11, eat, watch
Mm.
YouTube videos, and then rinse and repeat. Like it was so draining for me. I think that's what I found so hard because I couldn't really stay around and hang about with
Mm.
people at uni because I just couldn't. I couldn't miss the train.
Yeah.
I can't imagine doing 3 years of just commuting for 2 hours.
Neither can
Well,
I.
the only thing that got me through was music. Oh my god!
Mm.
Like it's the only thing I can do. Like sitting on the train, I can't just stare at people because that's just weird. So I could say to sum up my uni experience, I can do it by music. And then when I'm on the train, right, I'll when you just dramatically look out the window while you're listening to like a sad song, like R&B, pretend you're in a music video. That
Mm-hmm.
was me. That was me going home every day just because it was so draining.
Now, Ranch, though, that 5 hour trip to Bath, how many times did you come back?
I tried to come home. So basically, every month, either I would go home or my parents would come visit for a weekend. So it'd be like 1 month they'd come visit, and then the next month I'd go home. So I had a fairly good system there where I get to see like home friends like you guys fairly regularly. Like compared to some of my uni mates, that was too frequent. I had friends who didn't go home for a whole semester. Like for me, that was like I couldn't do it. Like I needed just like not even just as bad as it may seem, not even just to see people, but I needed it for myself to just reset and get away from that environment, just to like get my bearings again.
So, like, even like, same for me, like, during first year, I lived at halls, but, like, most of the time, like, well, every couple of weeks, I'd go home. I don't know, it's just to escape that uni life for a bit, just for a weekend.
Yeah, I think I'd go home to just get away from the like. I'd go home to sort of be around a Filipino environment again. I think it was nice to get a cultural reset, like going from a white environment with white friends and then just see my Filipino
Ranch,
community.
you can just say you missed me. Like you,
No,
no, okay, cool, okay.
no, fine.
Okay.
I missed
I
you.
missed you, fam, I missed
Lovely
you.
stuff.
Oh, my
So
days.
yeah,
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of Filipinos, actually, like, in my year. There was only, like, 3 or 4. And this was med school. No, or not, well, St. George's is technically, like, a healthcare med school. And there weren't actually a lot of Filipinos. I think we had our first, like, Filipino society um, just as I left uni. So that was a bit of a bummer.
Mm.
But, yeah, just to come back home, to see parents, family, you guys as well, just to have that familiarity. I don't know about you in your course, Brandon, business. It was business, right?
I was the only Filipino on my course. Yes, I never saw a Filipino on my course for the whole 3 years, 4 years even, or three,
Really?
yeah, 3 years. Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't. There was a Kingston Filipino society, but like during first year, I didn't actually join like any societies because I'm split
What?
between two unions. Which one do I commit to? Do you know what I mean?
Why not both?
That's the number one mistake right there.
Mm,
What's that?
You need to join at least one society at uni. That's like one of my top pieces of advice.
yeah, I do regret it though. I mean, I'm happy with the way things are now, but I think to complete my uni experience would be to like join a lot of different societies. I mean, I did join the Filipino Society at Kingston, Brandon, during second year.
Well, I was not informed, so
You were too busy. You were too busy.
Yeah, I was too busy on the train. I was probably on the train too much. So
I swear there was a train society. You could have joined that.
what are we gonna talk about? Like,
There was not a train
I'm kidding,
society.
How many societies did you end up joining, Raj? Because I know that, like, I don't know, you've seemed the type to
All of them.
all of them.
He was
Well,
active.
well, during Freshers Week, I joined all the societies. I joined Baking Appreciation, not baking, Baking Appreciation. I joined ACS. I joined, but I didn't go to any of them. I just put my name down. Then I joined squash as a social member. I still can't play it for, but you meet great people. Then I joined cheerleading in final year, which I did go to, and we did compete like twice. So yeah, you meet a lot of great people in these societies. So pick up a random sport, even
Oh.
if it's like croquet, hockey, lacrosse. Like I didn't even know lacrosse was a sport before I went to uni. I was like, but you know,
I actually did join like a sports society during first year. No,
you did
Why
not.
I
you
did.
lying?
I
Come on,
joined
no.
badminton. I actually joined badminton.
Badminton.
I did. I was actually quite good at badminton.
I'm sorry. I'm imagining you in badminton, and I can't.
it would be, it would be, it was first year though, so I don't know about my skills now. But I only did it for like a semester because I had to, because most of my lectures were at George's and the society I joined was at Kingston. So I was like,
You should have invited Brandon to join you in badminton. I would have loved to see that.
I don't think that's my cup of tea. I can't lie to you.
I don't know, how else did you guys like cope? I from like during your hardest year, my hardest year was second year. Like I was struggling because that's when everything like, you know, first year, as I said, it didn't count, so I didn't take it too seriously. But like when second year hit, I was like, ooh.
See, second year was the hardest. I think we all had the same experience with my friendship group at uni, where we all didn't take first year too seriously. And when second year came, we were like, oh, let's do the same as first year. Let's mess about. And then when first semester exam results came out, all our grades dropped by like 5%, and we were all like, ah, oh, ah. So yeah, no, it was second year was hard. I think that was the biggest struggle for me too. But how do you cope? I don't know. How did I cope?
I know that I was like really stressed. Like you could tell from like the way I was eating. I was skinny. Hashtag skinny legend.
Hashtag skinny, bro. Come on.
Like my diet was like chicken nuggets, chicken Kievs every day. I didn't like cook anything. Like my skin was a mess. How I coped, like I got into like skincare because there were a lot of Koreans in my wait, Kingston anyway, because there's a fashion school at Kingston in it, and I made a friend during one of the socials, and I was like, she was like, oh, maybe you should try this BB cream, and like that's when it all hit the fan. I started look glowing. We're glowing now.
Sorry.
Okay.
Guinness, fam. Guinness.
No, yeah. So you cope through skincare. I cope through just surrounding myself with positive energy. I think I was lucky where I have a good support system with my friends, and I think they were all very supportive and gave a lot of positive affirmations.
Mm.
Because I think that's part of it. If they help you believe in yourself that you can get through it, then that's half the battle done. You just have to do it, push through and do it.
Just do it!
What about you, Brandon?
Nah, second year had me on ropes as well. Like
Mm.
I was having quarter life crises every day at 21 or 22.
Crises.
Crises.
Okay. Yeah, but nah, like it's just an increased amount of pressure from the first year as well, like compared to the first year. Because it's just you actually have to take it seriously, otherwise you're not going to make it to the final year. And it's like you need to graduate. You can't. You're already how much in debt, unlike Josh, but yeah, you're already in debt, so you need to take it so seriously. But it's like at the same time, you're growing into an like mentally, you're growing as an adult, like because you just need to have a strong mindset in order to transition yourself into when you eventually graduate and make it into the real life, as you would say. And it's like for me, I think my mentality in my second year, like the starting of second year, was very fragile. I was like, I'm not the same person I am from then. Like you can look at him and mentally, that's my son. Like I've grown like so much as a person. It's like it's my second year, like there was all these mental struggles, right? But I had to just you know, you'd have people around you that you can vent to, that you can trust with like all your problems and stuff, and you know, like that they would help you get through it and just change your mindset, because it's a hard thing to change your mindset from within. Like you can have as much help as you can, but it all comes from inside at the end. So that's the hardest part about it. I think to symbolize my change in mindset, I shaved my head. You guys remember my hair that made me 6'3"? Like I don't know, maybe our
6'3".
editor could look, our editor could maybe put
Insert picture
insert
here.
picture,
To
yeah,
Brando.
insert picture of me with hair that made me 6'3", man.
You know, I called it.
Yeah,
I called it the makeup
fine.
brush Brandon.
Bro,
The makeup brush Brandon face.
they called it the
The
loaf of
bread
bread.
here.
Yeah, somebody called me Woody Woodpecker. I swear there was all sorts of names, but yeah, like
Finally reached 6 foot.
Innit?
yeah,
Mr. 5'11".
yeah. I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot. Yeah, but yeah, like to symbolize the change in myself, I said, yeah, let me shave my head. So
He had a Britney moment.
not mine, you know. Yeah,
He had a Britney.
new man. I'm a new man. But,
Yeah. What I like to say is that for first year you make friends. Second year is where you find your support group. You
Definitely.
naturally gravitate to people that, you know, as you
they
said,
help
like
build you.
affirm you, build you up.
Yeah,
Someone you can confide into. Like for me, it was just my group of Filipino friends. We're still tight to this day. Like it's because
Like uni Filipino
uni
friends.
Filipino friends and like outside uni, because you know
Mm.
you can't just keep everything in uni. You need to have a step back and like go back to like your friends growing up, because you kind of wanna connect as well. You don't want to lose friends during uni. Well, that's me anyway, personally. That's where I find my support group, and you know, just to confide, just for support, because you're all going through the same struggle. Like even the person like on top of their game, like during uni, is probably gonna have like something behind the scenes. Just everyone, because uni is so different. Do you know what I mean? It's not like secondary school. It's not like sixth form or college.
It's a different.
It's a different beast.
Yeah, I learned how to cook sinigang first year uni.
That's the problems you were having. That's crazy. Meanwhile,
Wow.
I remember, like,
Wow.
I think it was after a night out. I was just, for some reason, you know, when you just talk about life after a night out. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just remember laying down on Jeremy. You know, he's from the last episode. Check out YouTube. Like,
Jeremy.
Where is this story going?
Shout out.
Yeah, I remember lying on his accommodation
Lap.
kitchen table. No, behave.
I thought it was gonna be
no. Like, yeah, I'm lying face up on his kitchen table, and then we just start talking about, will we ever find the one or something? I was talking about, I don't know. I think Jeremy has a girl, so I was like, yeah, I was just talking to him about life. But it's good to have like people you can talk to life about, just to get everything out there. It's good to have like people you can talk to. So, yeah.
What about you, Raj? How was Bob?
What about
Whose
me?
kitchen table were you lying?
Those kitchen
on?
tables were you lying? What floor?
I think I couldn't. Yeah, I definitely had people to confide in, like uni friends. But I was one who was firmly grounded in terms of my support system in my home friends. It's like I had I have a fairly big circle of friends. Popular, but yeah. So I think I was never short of someone to reach out to if I needed it, which is, I consider myself very lucky. But yeah, it was also nice to have someone there, or a few people there at uni that I could, you know, talk life with. But I don't think I've ever talked to anyone about, will I ever find one? Sorry, Brandon. I had other priorities.
I had other priorities.
It's
Sorry.
thought, though. It's like random, just life thoughts. You just have to think about sometimes.
Those late night conversations.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They're the best type of conversations, you know? But yeah.
Now, Ranch, I know you had many wilder night.
Yeah.
Bath is a party union, isn't it?
Bath is not a party
Is
uni,
it
actually,
not?
compared to places like Nottingham, Bristol, Manchester. Bath is fairly tame, but yeah, my uni life was not short of a wild night out. Especially because yeah, I think I'm a relatively social person as well. So I need, not need, but I thrive in those situations. Um, and yeah, it might have given me a mild alcoholic problem, but you know what, uni.
Is this an intervention? Do you wanna go into it?
Oh, okay, intervention
Yes,
time. Don't have to
hi,
drink for too long,
I'm
mate.
Ranch. Hi,
Hello,
Ranch.
Raj.
Just an AA meeting, you know. No, but yeah, you do. It's part of the experience. I mean, I'm not saying you have to go out and drink, because if you don't feel obliged.
Yeah, I
You'll
don't
still
need
have
to.
fun. But it's definitely a significant part of British, at least, uni culture. So
Mm.
I think it's most uni culture. I remember my head of year, like during first year, our first like week of lectures. He was like, make sure you work hard, but also play harder and rest the hardest, because uni's a balance. It's not just studying; it's a whole experience that you need to undergo through. Um,
mm,
for someone living out like for the first time, you know, you don't know what you're doing. You make friends not necessarily like in your flat, but like of course it's a new experience for everyone, especially as a fresher. Um, it's the first time living out, first time looking after yourself, first time paying rent and
yeah,
managing your own time, and you're not guided to anything. Um,
yeah, yeah. For most people, uni isn't just about, it's not just about growing, like, your knowledge, but like from your lectures. Like, uni is definitely a significant part of it, is growing as an adult. Um, like learning how to pay bills, being independent, but like
Mm.
you just get a new outlook on life, I would say. So embrace it, embrace it. You come out of uni a different person, I would say.
you do. I know, Ranch, that your placement was in Singapore. How was that?
Yeah, so my third year, so it wasn't a, so it was a so I wasn't working, so I studied my third year in Singapore. So that was a brand new challenge, because obviously it's the uni experience, but you're thousands of miles
Yeah.
halfway across the world, pretty much. So obviously uni in Singapore is different in its own right.
Mm.
Obviously the system and whatever. But obviously I couldn't just go like, oh, let's go home for the weekend. I want to see my friends and family. So
I remember one time, me and Brandon were talking, and he was like, "Let's take a cheeky weekend trip to Singapore." And I just looked at him. I was like,
No, but
you know what?
that's what comes when
Brandon
you
was
when you're
willing to do it.
responsible with your money. That's it. See, but yeah,
"A
I don't know what I was
weekend
thinking.
in
I
Singapore."
don't know what I was thinking. Look. Like, I don't know.
You know, the fact that Brandon even considered it, you
Mm.
know what that means a lot.
I
Good
was
friend,
down,
I'm a good friend. I
low
was willing
key.
to go to Singapore for a weekend. Whoa.
Uni in Singapore. I don't know. You've lived in Philippines for a bit, or you know the lifestyle in Philippines, no?
Hmm.
Was it similar?
It was quite different, I think.
Mm.
Obviously everyone was more, in terms of education, I think it's similar, because everyone is very serious.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have all the study abroad students not taking it seriously at all, but then like the national Singaporean students were just, they work hard, and
They.
it was so intimidating. But lifestyle in terms of Singapore and Philippines, I think is quite different, because Singapore looks like Canary Wharf, but like the whole country, and that's saying something. And everything's super clean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Did you go to the Philippines a lot though?
I went
It's close.
I went twice. I went at the end of each semester.
Mm.
But I could have easily gone for a cheeky weekend. So for us, cheeky weekends were like, oh, I'm gonna go to Malaysia for the weekend. Oh, I'll go Vietnam. Those were cheeky weekends for us in third year. So it was fun. I would say
It's
it was
fun.
very fun.
If you're in uni now, if your degree has a year abroad option, I really like recommend you doing it. It's
That's why I picked Bath, I think, because it came with a year abroad. Because a lot of courses come with year abroads, but it's going to be a 4 year course and you graduate with the bachelor's. But for Bath, I could do a 4 year course with a year abroad and graduate with my master's. So that's why I picked it. So if you're willing to be away from your family and friends for a long time, do it.
Go for it.
Go abroad.
I'd say go for it. To be honest, it's like it's a humbling experience, and you'll be thankful like at the end of it.
I think I had the most basic uni experience because you guys moved out. Yeah, you went abroad. Well,
Yeah,
and it's like I stayed here, but it's okay.
It's
Good.
okay. You
Yeah,
graduated.
yeah.
It's okay. It's all right.
Okay.
It's okay, it's okay!
It's all. That's what it's all about. Graduating and improving as a person. That's all I care about.
Mm.
What did you learn from the placement though?
How to talk in uncomfortable situations.
Nice.
No, in
Oh,
uncomfortable
okay.
situations. Because there's banter, right? And then there's office banter, and you have to adapt. So there's one thing making your people your own age laugh, and then there's one thing like talking to your financial manager, trying to like, just that little conversation that you have, just so you're not that boring. And it's just like I've never experienced that before, so I would have to just talk a lot to them, talk to like to everyone. And then I was quite a shy guy, right? I think
Yeah.
I would never talk before, but then I think my placement just forced me to just get out there and just talk normally, like just experience it and just get used to it. So then, yeah, build up
Fair enough.
everything into my final year, and confidence was there. Could talk to anyone.
Speaking of confidence, it's talaga.
Here
So,
we go.
What, we're going in
today,
like that? Okay, hold on.
today's talaga fact is delivered by Brandon. So, do you have a fact for us?
In 2018, according to the Global Wellbeing Index, Philippines placed second in the list of the most stressed countries at 58%, global average being 35%, right? And the same year, Philippines was the most emotional country in Asia at 60%. And the biggest causes being their job, being stuck in traffic, and relationships. So our nation is just stressed and emotional.
Yeah.
That's what we are.
Why is that though? I have
Wait. Talaga?
talaga.
There we go.
No, but really though, why were you so stressed? Because I know I have a couple of cousins that are in uni in the Philippines at the moment. I talk to them sometimes. Shout out to Novadis cousins. Some of them are quite stressed during uni. There's a lot of pressure in general for Filipinos to do well. Don't you think? Like
I mean,
in uni, jobs, relationships, everything.
Oh,
they have to
definitely.
work twice as harder than people here because
Mm.
they're in like developing countries. So they have to.
Yeah, because I think it comes down from the parents always wanting the best for their child, and for them it's the Filipino saying is magsunog ka ng kilay, so like work super hard that you burn your eyebrows off.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know,
actually
but
the same.
yes,
Yeah.
magsunog ka ng kilay. So yeah, there's like a pressure there, but it's coming from the fact that they just want you to have a better life than they did, because obviously, as you said, it's a developing country. But yeah, no, Filipinos are stressed.
Yeah.
They're emotional. They cry at everything. So yeah, I'm not.
So
The fact makes sense.
Yeah, let's
The
have a.
facts make sense.
Is that too real for you?
Stressed and emotional.
Breakdowns. I don't know. How much pressure did they put on you, Brandon, to uni?
uni,
Yeah.
not much. Like,
Really?
they weren't the type of parents to press me about my grades. They weren't the type to like, just have that. You have to get an A. You need to. I mean, first you need to get you need to get the top grade in your class. Like, they were never. My parents were never like that. So, but even though they didn't have that type of pressure, I put the pressure upon myself because that's just how I am. Like I wanna make them proud. I don't wanna let them down. So it wasn't more so a pressure from them, but it was more so a pressure from myself to do well and do it for them. So yeah, that's where their pressures came from me.
What about you, Ronch?
I think the pressure for me wasn't as explicit because if you don't know me, I'm an only child, so I don't have I'm the only shot that they have of putting a kid through the education system. So if I ended up not doing that well, then it's like, oh, well, oh, look at their kid. They had one shot and they mess it up. But so yeah, no, I think there was a lot of pressure that as Brandon said, I put on myself. But I had pressure before uni because obviously I had the stereotypical they wanted me to do medicine. So when I told them that I didn't want to do medicine, conversations were had,
Ooh.
difficult conversations. So we got there eventually. But yeah, no. My parents like to keep up how I was doing academically, but thankfully I was doing all right. I was staying above expectations, so it was all right. It was okay. Josh, did you have it? Because I know you're first of four
First of
to go
four,
to uni.
first grandchild to go into uni. First to graduate, so let's just get out that way.
Okay.
No pressure. It did take a toll on me mentally. Second year again, it's just all second year for me. Breakdowns were had, conversations about, oh, can I do this? Can I actually do this? Like, can I finish it? Oh, because some modules I just did do the best in. So obviously you speak to your parents like, oh, they just told me, as long as you just complete your degree, get a job, like, or not, it's up to you. Like, this is your like decision now. Like it's your life now. Like, it's not ours. We've already given you the foundation. That's what they said. You just need to build upon it. So, after like countless hours of just crying, breaking down. Makakaya ko
No,
ba?
but like me and Raj were saying it, if you didn't have a mental breakdown at any point during uni,
You didn't do
you
uni
didn't
right.
do uni right. You didn't do
You
uni
didn't. You
right.
didn't work
Nah,
hard
yeah.
enough.
You didn't work hard enough. Like, nah.
You have to be prepared in all aspects for uni. What is what I've learned. I just learned all of that through second year. By the time I got third year, like got to third year, it was a breeze for me. I don't know about you guys.
I mean, after my evolution stage, as we would say, coming like a Pokemon, but yeah, so mentally, right, to bring myself together, I just made a simple life as a happy life, right? So I tried to simplify what three things could make me just happy, which came down to skin, trim, and energy. As long as I checked all three, I'm a happy guy. Like, so
I didn't know you had a skincare routine.
post second year, because I
Oh
was
yeah,
in
I asked
college
him
back
this
in
like 2 weeks
second
ago, and I was like,
year. Yeah. What do what? Wait, hold on.
I didn't know you did. I thought you were one of the guys who just washed their face with water.
Innit?
Nah, come on.
Look, I have box.
See, I'm not like
I
that.
have box.
You guys just take a different level. I don't know, but yes, guys, I do have a skincare routine. Okay.
I actually didn't know this. That's surprising to me.
No, but you just need to drink water. That's what clears the
That's
skin.
actually a really good thing.
If you're 22 or older, right, and you can't taste the differences between waters, you need to check yourself. Yeah, you do, because some people don't know like the differences between the taste and water. I'm like,
I agree.
I agree.
No, yeah, no.
Oh my
how
days.
can you not tell?
What's your go-to water?
Ooh,
Voss, I've never tasted anything so beautiful.
I've never
in my life.
had Voss.
I've never had
You've never had
Voss.
Voss? No, that's my go-to.
Smart water all the way, man.
Smart water, really. Yeah, just look after yourself, just basically in uni. Honestly, like even with not just like drinks, but like with food as well. So how was final year for you then, Raj?
Final year for me. So first of all, it had the most bearing. So it was 50% of my grade, I think. So that was technically my master's year. So it was the year that I was supposed to take very seriously, and it was a year that I did not take very seriously. I was out every Wednesday of the year, apart from 2 Wednesdays, I think. So 100% attendance and a night out. That's an achievement. I managed to pull through. Had my dissertation, had all that rigmarole. But yeah, I think as you said, you go through the first 3 years trying to find yourself, and once you've fourth year, you've got the groove already. So you know where to go to if you need help. You know when you need help. Yeah, I think you just get used to it. It's just like fourth year for me was more make the most out of it, because I know after it is gonna be, you'll be working, so you know it'll be very different. So I think me and my house had the mentality of like, oh, but it's our last October together, so we have to go out. It's our last November together, so we have to go out. But yeah, so I think social aspect was definitely there. I still learned a lot, so you can't take that away from me.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it's. I want to just reiterate it. Like, social life during uni is actually is actually really important. You're not
Mm.
well. You can do well just by studying throughout the entire course of your degree, but like there are so many connections, networking, like friends you could make, and things you could do. I
Mm.
took up like a hobby during uni. I
Mm.
took up photography. Like if you go scroll through my Instagram, shameless plug,
Swear.
it's just mostly
Okay.
just travel pictures, um, and like just general photography in general. So like during your time at uni, I'd definitely say like pick up a hobby or something. It could even be like something not superficial, like
Mm.
writing, reading.
Yeah, and when we say social life is important, we don't necessarily mean clubbing. Like
Mm.
even if it's
Mm.
just like remember to go out for lunch with your friends, like that in itself is quite powerful in terms of taking care of yourself. So
Yeah, but if you want to just study throughout the entire 3 years and you have no time for it, go ahead.
Wait.
If that's for you, it's for you. Innit?
However, also regarding social life, you have to protect your energy, guys.
Mm.
Be careful who you surround yourself with, because the people that surround you just like directly impact your thoughts, like just
Mm.
how you move as well. So it's important that you watch yourself, like who you're hanging around with, because if everyone surrounding you is like very negative all the time, then you're gonna think the same way. So
Mm.
keep the
Mm.
keep
Yeah.
positive energy around you, people that have love for you, care for you, you know.
Yeah, and just
So,
have fun.
mm,
Honestly, like you're only gonna be a fresher once. You're only gonna go through uni like once if it's your first undergrad. Like just have fun with it. There needs to be a balance. I feel
Mm.
like not just in uni, like social life. Like the way I coped through the 3 years was just talking to people, talking to my friends, playing games, league with you guys.
that should have made you more depressed. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What
No. Yeah.
nah.
Ah.
Yeah, for me, no. For me, like actually throughout the entire 3 years, like my escape from uni life, like whether it be like just studying, work, placement, or like there are sometimes you don't want to talk to friends, with just me on my laptop or Nintendo playing Pokemon just
Mm.
to escape it. Well, that was my way of escaping it, and also watching movies. If you live next to an Odeon, a piece of advice: get a membership card because it was
Well,
only
you
£20 a month. But
you go watch movies by yourself, right?
yeah, I don't know what's wrong with it. I like
Fine,
going
fine,
to the
fine.
movies by myself.
I watched 50 Shades Freed by
Oh my
myself.
god. Okay, so wait, so Ranch, what calms you down? What's your go-to self alone time activity?
Hmm.
Obviously, for people who know me, I do love my ASMR cooking videos.
Yes,
Oh
yes,
Peaceful
my god.
Cuisine
yes,
sponsor me.
yes. Peaceful. Oh, I watch him as well.
So there's that. Reading. I want the viewers and the listeners to think I'm smart. But by reading I mean like the Harry Potter books. So
You are smart. You're doing a PhD.
thank you,
Not everyone
thank
can
you,
say that.
Mm.
thank you. Yeah, and then just falling into a YouTube hole.
Hmm.
Like find a channel that you can binge. Just binge it.
What about you, Brandon?
Mine's still music. I can stare at the ceiling, just listening to music, just chilling,
The amount of times I've called Brandon, I'm like, Brandon, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just staring at the ceiling.
listening to music. You know what I mean? But now I know because like I can just I can just take out the car, right? Whatever time it is, I can just take late night drives, slap on some Eric
Mm.
Clapton, Luther Vandross, Summer Walker. Depends on my mood. You know, at 1 a.m. no one's there, just an open road with music blasting. I think that's that's my type of life.
You need to take me in one of these rides, Brandon.
I thought I have.
Where's my?
Have I not?
You haven't.
Okay. Well,
It's fine.
yeah.
It's okay.
Late night drive. 100%.
So that's another piece of advice, though. Like, spend some alone time. You're gonna get so overwhelmed during uni, like all 3 years.
Mm.
Mm.
Each year is a different experience, and you will get overwhelmed. So it's important to have some alone time to do what you like to do. So now that we're like all graduates, we're not in uni anymore. Well, Ranch. Well, to be fair, Ranch, you had a year of working experience.
Oh yeah.
Um, is there anything you would do different? Because what I would do different was definitely take first year more seriously, even though like it
Really?
does not count. It sets a standard for your work ethic
Oh.
for the years following. Um, for me as well, like joining different societies, like it would have enhanced my uni experience. Even though like my course was split between two unis, my excuse was, oh, why should I join? I'm not, I don't feel like a student of either uni. But if I only push myself to join societies, be more social, I definitely think it would have enhanced my uni experience.
Mm.
The one thing I don't regret though was the traveling I got to do during all those 3 years, and the fact that I had basically money given to me every month. It taught me how to be more responsible. Um, I would say though, just chill a bit on all the impulse buying, just because the NHS gives you
Yeah.
500 a month doesn't mean like you should just spend it all. Yeah, that's the one thing I could take away from uni.
So what I would have done differently, I would have definitely moved out just to
Mm.
experience that student accommodation life where you're just out on your own, just a new experience. And also, I think I would have loved my, what do you call it? The thing that triggered my mentality change. So probably one, I would have liked that to happen sooner rather
Mhm.
than at the end of second year, just so I could have enjoyed more as a changed person, just a different perspective on life and stuff. And yeah, and I think then definitely join. Actually, yeah, I should have joined a society, but I don't know which one. But I should have. I should have. But in my head at the time, I was just thinking of train times all the time. So I was thinking, will I catch this train if I was to join it? Is there a point? So yeah. How about yourself, Ron?
I'm gonna give the most meta answer. I wouldn't have done anything differently because my own personal experiences turned me into the person I am today.
Oh,
And if
okay.
I made a different decision then, I might not be who I am now. But yeah, I do echo everything that the other two guys have said. Is when you go to uni, join a society, if possible. If financially possible, move out. Just get involved. But yeah, from my experience, I wouldn't change anything.
Okay, thanks guys for joining us today on Tambayan. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at JA_DCN branch.
If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at it's ranch. But it's at ITSRANCHBXTCH. Also follow me on my YouTube
Ooh.
channel that will start up soon. It's Ranch Clemendo.
Finally. I don't know my handle, but Ron, if you can say it for me.
It's at Caberto
Yeah,
44.
yeah. Okay, thank you.
Feel free to follow FiliFest on all of our social media pages and tune into Tambayan, which is on our YouTube channel and streaming services, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We'll see you in October for a very special month's worth of episode for Tambayan. Bye.
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 Smart water all the way, man.
Smart water, really.
Oh, Evian.
What about
Mine's
Josh?
Evian.
Evian.
Where did I cut out?
Hasta la bye bye.